Hornets, it's Mr. Heinrichs here. Last week you should have heard from your A block teacher who would have asked you, first of all, how you're doing, and also asked you to fill out a survey. If you haven't yet filled out the survey, go to our homepage, SOSS homepage, and fill out the survey. If you don't have technology, and if you don't have technology, I don't know how you're watching this video, but if you don't have technology, give me a call at 250-498-4931 and I'll do the survey with you. Yeah, that just happened. I know these are really strange times. Things are not normal. Schools are closed. Businesses are closed. So what I want you to know is that we have help available for you. If you need to see a counselor, this is Ms. Gable's email, this is Ms. Ibaraki's email, and this is Ms. Dollywall's email. So if you need help with them, give them an email. Here's the Indigenous Advocates emails. For Jeremy, Shannon, or Taylor, here's Jeremy's, here's Shannon's, here's Taylor's. All right? So if you need some help during this time, don't be by yourself. We can help you out. Over the past week, we've had students come in and get their materials. So we had a total of 203 students come through over the past 3 days. But that does mean that about 300 of you have not come in to get your materials or your textbooks. So if you need to come in this coming week, give us a phone call because the doors will be locked and we can let you in. I want you to follow me, and I want to talk to you a little bit about why social distancing is so important. Because during these times, we know that there is a brand new virus out there that nobody has ever had before. And that's why it's so important for us to maintain social distancing. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that by going into room 104. The coronavirus is not a new type of virus. However, the current strain of the coronavirus is new, and that's why it's called the novel coronavirus. Novel meaning nobody has ever seen this strain before, which means nobody has immunity. Nobody has antibodies to fight this coronavirus. The illness that you get from the coronavirus is called COVID-19. So when you hear novel coronavirus, that's the virus that causes the illness, and the illness is called COVID-19. So why are we doing all this social distancing? Why are we doing self-isolation? Why are we closing down schools and businesses? Here's the reason why. If I were to draw you a graph that has time at the bottom and has the cases of infected people on the side, here's what would happen if we didn't do social distancing. A lot of people would get sick really quickly. And that's a concern because our healthcare system has a certain capacity. If this line represents the capacity of the healthcare system, if we didn't do self-isolation, if we didn't do social distancing, if we didn't close down businesses and schools, what would happen is there would be a spike in the number of cases and our healthcare system would be overwhelmed. So what we're trying to do is called flattening the curve. So what we're trying to do is make sure that as few people get the virus as possible, and we extend this curve so that our healthcare system is not overwhelmed. That's the whole purpose of us doing this. Now, you don't need to be afraid. Most people who get the virus and get COVID-19 are going to recover. Most of them are. However, some people who are older or have a compromised immune system, this can be a very deadly disease, which is why we need to take it so seriously. So do your best to self-isolate if you have to, social distance from people, which is 2 meters or 6 feet. We'll talk about that in a second. And also make sure you wash your hands. And I'm going to talk about hand washing tomorrow, show you how to wash your hands. We know that people in the healthcare profession have always been important. They've had a significant role in our society. Doctors and nurses and care aides. But we're finding more and more that there's lots of people involved in that whole system. People who work in the cafeteria. The custodians have become very important now with cleaning. So if you have somebody who works in the healthcare system, please make sure you thank them if they're family members or if they're friends. But also we're finding at this time that lots of people whose roles maybe we didn't think was that important are becoming really important, and we're recognizing that now. Like the people at the store who put stock on the shelves, the people who work at the till and put our groceries through, the truckers who move the goods to make sure it gets to the store. So those have become really important people now. Like at our school right now, probably the most important person is the custodian, because they're sanitizing everything when people come in here. So make sure you thank people who do those little jobs around and be grateful people at this time. Thanks. So how far is 2 meters? 2 meters is this far. So make sure you stay that far away from people.
Another way for you to think about how far away you should be from someone else is 1 Heinrich's length, because I'm 6'1". So that will mean you're social distancing if you're 1 Heinrich's away from someone else.